Greetings, my love. It's me, your girl, Empress Goddess of Georgia Peach. I'm over here at my girl Doe Eyes, simultaneously streaming while she's talking to the Honorable Judge Joe Brown. Y'all go over there and subscribe to her, okay? I don't know what happened. I thought it was playing. Let me go back here. I didn't see no picture. Mm-mm. Here it is. Oh, I know.
Not a fair and valid election. So how can they say that relative to a county where the 14th largest city in America, the largest predominantly black city in America is located, and they say there's fraud and turn around and say there was no fraud? So is he doing anything that isn't coming out of the Justice Department that he is supposed to be over? He's only making political commentary. So if you want to take that strict construction of language as being actionable criminally, there are a whole lot of people I could get put in jail. A whole lot of them. And most of the people listening in at one time or another would be in that process. You see, when we talk to each other, you don't anticipate that everything you say is going to be recorded to be used against you. Why? Because guess what? Ladies, most of you wouldn't have much to talk about in the beauty salon or gossip to your friend girls over the phone. Guys,
Indeed.
and frankly, let's talk about this. Real life, in court, you got a jerk up there on the stand. He may be a defendant asking for something, a witness, and you say, Madam Court Reporter, would you please turn the record off? Yes, sir. Look, idiot, I'm going to put my foot deep in your behind if you keep acting like this, let alone lock you up. Do you get my drift? All right, now, with that understood, madam, would you please cut the record back on? Now, where were we?
So, with all of this voter fraud or inoperable machines, where is the money?
Inoperable. They were hacked. California used them, Hawaii used them, Ohio used them, use them, and we remember that mess down there with Al Gore and Bush in 2000.
Yes.
And what happens is to hack these machines, California put out a pamphlet since they found out how to do it. They have the ability to access the entire vote count through any one machine. If you can access the vote count through any one machine, you can hack the vote through any one machine. So California details how with certain encryption codes, which are published, and with the candidate numbers and the office number, the code numbers for them, which are published, you can take a smartphone and dictate a text to any third person. It doesn't make any difference who. Don't send it. Just carry your phone in your pocket. And when you get within 5 feet of the card reader on the phone, just press send. Now you own that particular machine for the rest of the election cycle. You put a machine in the precinct in about 10 minutes, and you own the entire system within 45 minutes to an hour. So you can program, hack the machine so that its programs will deliver a certain percentage of vote to the candidate of your choice. And it will go from there. So the Justice Department in 2008, that's 15 years ago, put the money up to replace those machines and shall be counted. Now, with the contrivance of black Democrats on the county commission, they have failed to replace those machines up until this last election cycle in November 2022, which surprised a lot of people, perhaps because what they were used to in this county was a sham based on so the commissioners got threatened with individual lawsuits if they didn't go along and appropriate the money and get new machines, which they did. There are problems with them, but it's a change, and nobody seems to know how to work them like they did the old ones. So the election results are surprising to some because it might have been an election and not a selection. That being said, you turn around and find another thing, because now the county commissioners are saying they'll have to raise the sales tax because they need to pay for the machines. My response to that was interesting. Why do we need to have raised sales taxes to pay for the machines when the feds put the money up to replace them 15 years ago? What did you do with the money?
Right, and that's what I was questioning. Isn't there, or should there be, logs or accounting records of those funds?
Yeah, there are. And when you look at the records, you see the money in, and you see what the account was or accounts were, and now you see what they are. You say, wait a minute, where did it go? Let me go back and audit it. So it needs to be an audit. I have a good idea where it went, but audit it to make it official.
So audits have to be accurate, or are there ever occasions where audits may be, and I don't want to use the word, but I'm going to, fudged, or no, that's impossible?
Well, what you try to do is get an independent auditor whose reputation and continued prosperity in the line of business of auditing is based on their detached objective and reliable auditing. So in other words, you get certified auditors, certified accountants who keep that status and keep their income levels because they deliver it straight up. You can bring them in. They are available. That's like notary publics. They supposedly are taking a valid oath from somebody identified as being who they claim to be. Or that's like, raise your hand, do you solemnly swear or yourself to take the truth, anything in the form of oath, you're supposed to be able to rely upon it. And if it turns out that that's perjury, then somebody gets prosecuted for it. I mean, humans are humans, but there are indications based on an entity or a person's reputation and prior performance that they are honest or straight up or forthright or reliable. And then there are those indications where they're not. So when you have a certified public accountant, you are expecting to rely on it. Taking back a point here, Bush Gore in 2000.
Yes.
What I was going to say about reliability, I talked to the federal judge involved. It was a black woman, and she indicated that she had appointed an audit squad. Bush had one and Gore had one, and both of them were coming back certifying that on their analysis, using statistics, all three of them agreed that Gore was winning the Florida popular vote by between 61 and 63%, and he electoral college votes. Well, at that point, the judge indicated that Kathleen Harris, who was both the elected election commissioner for the state of Florida and the volunteer co-chair of the Bush campaign, took her shoes off and barefooted ran out of her courtroom and called the election. So, while we whoopee, that's not quite right. And it turns out, and the press hasn't reported on this, after all of the claims of election fraud here and there on behalf of the Republicans levied by the Democrats, which were a lot more, shall we say, they were a lot louder and more onerous in 2000 than they were for 2020. The ones involving 2020 cycle were not as, they weren't as vicious as the ones in 2000. So it turns out that the same CNN, UPI, Associated Press, USA independent audits, all came up with the same thing. Gore got 62+% Florida vote, should have had the electoral college votes. Now,
Yes.
these same newspaper or mainstream media entities that reported on this 20 years ago seem to have collectively forgotten about it and took a different track, whereas they were raising hell about dangling chads and stuff like that, and this, that, and the other person cheated, and what's going on? Isn't there a conflict of interest? How can you be the elected election commissioner for the state and volunteer to help out and run somebody else's campaign that you have to evaluate in your official capacity, et cetera, all kinds of hell was going on, but these same people seem to have forgotten it, and now 2020, since they don't like Mr. Trump, they got all weirded out. And again, legal principles are sometimes set by unsavory characters. Witness Miranda.
Absolutely. Which brings me back to, what is your perspective on possible outcomes with, number one, Alvin Bragg, the DA in New York, and Miss Fannie Willis, the DA in Georgia?
Well, I can see if somebody wanted to take the same level of vigor against them, that there might be some actions for abuse of authority under, well, not federal law so much, but somebody who might take over the state and not be of the same party, and there might be some prosecutions that came about against them for abuse of authority, acting under color of law, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
And is it a time frame on that if someone wanted to raise it?
Also, one of them in particular, I don't know the specifics of New York law or Georgia law, but a lot of states have what they call malicious prosecution, which is an official acting with official authority to maliciously prosecute a targeted individual for no reason but the fact that that individual is deemed undesirable by the prosecutorial authority. Now, the whole federal system, when it comes to criminal law, is rife with that because the current President Biden, James Eastland, and Stennis, when they were in the Senate, along with Byrd, collaborated on giving federal prosecutors the implicit authority to use their power to ruin somebody even if they knew they could not reasonably secure a conviction. In other words, let's prosecute them until they go broke and they're helpless. And now we've accomplished our ends. We knew we couldn't get a conviction, but we did that. I've actually represented criminal defendants in the federal system where that happened. They're lucky that I am who I am and just said, hey, forget about the rest of the fee. This is a matter of principle. I can remember one person who blew the whistle on somebody and they wanted to get after him, and we went through 3 trials. They maliciously went after him. We wound up getting sequential, partial, not guilty verdicts until we finally beat everything. And it was absolutely vicious. Their case depended upon supposed fraud committed against an individual with only a second-grade education. It turned out that the individual in question had a Master's of Business Administration from Virginia Union University. He was engaged in active fraud against the federal government for 126 instances of where he took sham corporations and attested that he was buying the Section 8 housing that already had tenants, collected the rent for anywhere from 14 to 23 months. In the longest case, 26 months, in the longest case on Section 8 housing that he wasn't entitled to, and then just let the place be foreclosed on because he hadn't paid a single mortgage payment. They knew he did that. They let him get on the stand and lie about the fact that he had been loaned the money by my client, which was against the law for the particular type of real estate transactions, when this person had gone down and an hour before withdrawn the exact amount, down to the pennies, from his credit union necessary to make the transaction. And by the way, you aren't allowed to introduce that. Or persecution against somebody that the FBI made a horrible mistake on. They were looking not for the perpetrator of an armed robbery of a bank. They were looking for their chief witness, but a brand new clerk issued a warrant rather than a subpoena. And the man's wife of 39 years was prosecuted because they couldn't find him and they assumed he was a fugitive, but weren't allowed to tell the jury that he wasn't a fugitive, he was their chief witness. You see.
Wow.
Fortunately, the man had been working with several U.S. Marshals, and 2 of them had kids on his little league team with his name upon the jerseys. And I tricked the judge, who was a real live asshole and an idiot, in charging the thing I wanted him to charge by ignoring it, and he found it and sat up there and chewed on me. He knew why I didn't want this, and the key to the thing was you can't find anyone guilty of harboring a fugitive if the fugitive is not trying to harbor himself. And this man was running several gas stations and running little league teams, waiting on the U.S. Marshals to pump their gas. That was back when they still did it. And talking to them when their kids were out there on the field playing baseball. So he wasn't trying to secrete himself. But you see, that's the kind of stuff that has become too frequent in American law. We are drifting. Meanwhile, Bragg is letting people he's got good cases on go free who are continuing to perpetrate other criminal activities. Raids, robberies, murders, burglaries, thefts, you name it.
Now, is there an oversight committee in place that could look at the,
No.
make sure that I'm responsible, that could look at the uptick in these crimes because of his, many people deem
No.
as targeting? No?
It's the only thing that's available to do that is the voters.
Vote, okay.
Because it's state action, it's not federal.
Okay. Which brings me to.
Also, the state ethics committees of the various state bars have the jurisdiction, not the feds, unless it becomes violation of civil rights, which, by the way, almost 50 years ago, was a criminal investigator and attorney. There are some things that, if looked into, might show that, guess what, Trump's civil rights got violated.
That will turn a very interesting spin. A lot of my followers are 50-50. A lot of them want or would like to see him locked up, where others want to see him back in office, which brings me to this. Devil's advocate. Do you think this is being or could be deemed as a witch hunt? Because it's like everything here lately, they're throwing against the wall to see if anything will stick. And at the same time, it appears from the many endorsements that Trump is continuing to receive that he's not really willing to go down. Maybe that wasn't a good phrase to go with the fight. I'll say it like that.
Let me say what I think is going on here.
Yes, sir.
What is happening in today's world is that we have had 50 years worth of glorification of dysfunction. We have had the mainstream media drift from being something that prided itself on objective reporting of facts, accompanied by telling editorialization. The New York Times, Wall Street Journal, for example, were to an extent the Washington Post, Los Angeles Times, to an extent were on very different extremes of the political spectrum. But each of them would try to, as objectively as possible, report the news and then be scathing or analytical or critical or supportive as they saw fit in their editorial commentary. What I see now is that the style of all of the mainstream media, with it not being as bad with, say, New York Times, LA Times, or Wall Street Journal, it has drifted from critical reporting to editorialized reporting. In other words, you don't say, on South 27th Street last night, police report that 3 suspects committed an armed robbery of a liquor store and to have gotten away with the following amount of money. It will say, once again, these conservatives have thwarted our efforts to secure gun control so the streets will be safe, and again, armed felons, so-and-so, and this again shows that this is not, it doesn't show. It's just mess, because what happens is you morph from that to this, where they state a conclusion without giving you a single fact. Or you read the headline, and that's all a lot of people do now, whether it's on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, not so much Twitter, or it may be on a newspaper heading on something CBS, MSNBC, CNN, etc., or Fox are saying for what is upcoming the next hour on the news. And when you read the caption, it has very little to do with what's actually being reported on.
Absolutely. And Empress made a comment stating,
So these two had kind of done it. CNN started this. In the late 1980s, CNN was going broke. They were thinking of just folding. But then the Gulf hit. And you could see a cruise missile flash past the reporter's 7th floor hotel room. And they'd run to the window, and you could see it from miles an hour, which you can still see, and make a sharp right-hand bank turn around the apartment buildings at the end of the block on the way to a target, and then see the explosion. So it achieved relevancy. After Gulf War I was over, you got stuck with, okay, they're back in operation, they got the money to continue. Commercial sponsors are interested. What are we going to do? Well, you had talking heads. George, what do you think happened here? What are we looking at? Well, Al, it looks like a burning cabin. Well, George, what do you think happened? I don't know, Al, but maybe somebody was in there that was involved in this thing down in Los Angeles the other night. Well, I don't know, George. You think that's it? Well, Al, yeah, maybe it is. I don't know, but possibly it is. So you look at his burning cabin, 45 minutes, while some idiots are blathering on about pure speculation about stuff they admitted they don't even know. So we get used to that.
Yes, and yes, Empress said, she left a comment for you. She said, something in the milk ain't clean. I'm always suspicious of distractions.
Well, I'll give you an idea. We rely so much in our just firmly held opinions that develop into hatred and dislike because of the news media. But I just gave you one thing here. Let's flip the script on Trump. If you bribe somebody not to expose you, flipping the script means they demanded money so they wouldn't expose you, and that becomes blackmail. So nobody has mentioned this. Why not? That shows you their general incompetence and their lack of concern with ferreting out the truth.
Absolutely. And when we spoke, you also mentioned that it was actually completed because the monies were accepted.
Yeah. Now, here's the other thing, too. That makes it completed felony. But the point is just as one-sided as that is, where, oh, wow, why didn't I think of that? Just the same reaction you had. It's obvious. But when you have these so firmly held beliefs, not opinions, but beliefs based on a news media that it is this unreliable, that ought to give you a reason to back off and pause. And another thing in politics, too, it has never been about who you like. It's about what are you getting for your vote. So a lot of people need to start thinking critically and analytically. If I give this person my vote, what am I getting? It's a bargain. I like this party. See, this thing we were talking about, vote cheating in 2000, 23 years ago, that was the Republican Party pulling off the cheat. This time in 2020, it was the Democratic Party pulling off the cheat. But the difference is whereas the press on both sides were just storming out to this and leaving no stone unturned to come up with a headline or an article that could generate commercial sponsorship if it was broadcast media or buying the newspapers. It was print media. Now one side is suppressed the other. And that is dangerous because that is associated with the National Socialist Workers Party. Anybody know what that means? You
Chat?
do.
I know what it means. Chat, do you know what it means? I'll give them a couple of seconds. But yes, I know from your tutelage what that means. But it's Nazi. Yes,
The
Nazi.
acronym in German for National Socialist Workers Party is Nazi.
Yes.
And the process you're looking at right now is so close to what happened in 1932 through 34, 35 in Germany. It ought to. Now, and I kid you not, the language is very similar. That is not good. I had a Russian professor, a woman, back in 1967 at UCLA. I was her teaching assistant, and she was a visiting professor emeritus from the University of Moscow. Admittedly, she was a good communist. She had been at one point the highest ranking woman on the Soviet Politburo, and guess what? At one point in her career, she had been in charge of propaganda for the KGB, and before that, its predecessor, the NKVD. And she was a decorated hero of the Soviet Union. She had been Khrushchev's deputy commissar, chief commissar at the Stalingrad siege. She had all kinds of credentials. She told me, she says, America is in grave danger of becoming a fascist country, not from some jack-wearing, goose-stepping uniformed political thugs, but from some, I'm quoting them, but from some, quote, pink panty-wearing, long-haired beatniks that want to tear down all of your standards of morality, who will gladly impose the worst aspects of fascism on your country with good intentions, trying to save you from yourself. Now, that's what we have going on right now.
Now, if anyone were to challenge that, not to say that they would, but if they were to challenge what you just stated, how would you respond?
How would they challenge? I'm just reporting what a woman told me 55 years ago.
Because people challenge everything.
Was it?
I said,
Well, how do people challenge? I'm the witness. I'm the source. See, humanity from cave to condo, for all of that period, we didn't have recording devices. Most of us couldn't write, let alone read. You got an oral tradition where it was passed down by word of mouth. And in other words, get ready for it. That's what you just got. I'm a historical source to a historical utterance by a historical figure of some significance who was on the governing body of somebody we were worried about at the time dropping a thermonuclear warhead on us.
Absolutely, okay? Yes.
And by the way, if you want to see who the woman is, there's a movie called Enemy to Gates. She is not the female sniper. Who she is the woman who is the commissar at the beginning of the movie who's riding on the barge with some Soviet troops, and they're panicking when some German fighter planes are strafing them. She's going around shooting them in the back of the head with her Tokarev. That's her in the movie. She is also makes a few appearances as Khrushchev's assistant. Khrushchev was from the Ukraine, but he became the Soviet premier to face off with John F. Kennedy during the Cuban Missile Crisis. And she used to joke when she'd get that vodka about her having to invite courage into the comrades.
can imagine.
Professor, but you know, I knew she was like that back when. She's a very interesting lady. But these things are realities. We have to be vigilant. See, being free is not safe, nor is it easy. You have to work at it. Equality is not the same as being free. Alexis de Tocqueville in his treatise, let's see, Democracy in America, that he published in 1843, he defines an analysis of the American Civil War of the proposed new French government. And he said Americans firmly believe in equality, but they don't understand it. He said the average frontier peasant farmer believes he is, in every sense, the equal of the doctor of philosophy. When he has this delusion, not of his political equality, but his intrinsic equality, he tends to disregard everything that distinguishes him from this learned individual. He disregards his education, he disregards his thoughts, his analysis, and he sees himself as equal. He said Americans, of all people, ought to understand the flaw in this method of thinking. This is 1843 now. He says they have only to look at their slaves, who are equal in their condition of servitude and lack of liberty and freedom. So that is something that we have, which is in this country, as he elaborated on to great length. He said the Americans are anti-intellectual. They totally despise the intellect of people who have put their minds to discerning and analyzing things. He said there is a paradox in that America depends upon its intellectuals, but it hates it. It tends to find itself elevated to a high plateau by what its intellectuals do, and then it abandons them, and then it drifts downhill until when it gets to bottom, you find the need for intelligent analysis and analytical processes being applied to what do we do, where do we go from here, how do we make it work, and they bring it back up. So he says there's this cycle in America where it depends on intellect and rejects it, depends on it and rejects it. And he notes that's going to cause this country a problem eventually. So he has this other thing. He said America will probably remain viable so long as it does not become dependent on capitalism. He mentions New York, Washington, Richmond, Virginia, and places like that. And what he means by that is he says when the ordinary people apply their common sense and
some technical difficulties here.
Channel. I really hope that you're having a beautiful and amazing day. I have like an urgent channel message. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're returning, thank you for all of your continued love and support. I really appreciate it. This is my second reading today. It is April 25th, 2023. But of course, the reading is timeless. Whenever you hear this message, it'll be a confirmation for you. So there is something happening in the spirit realm like right now. This is an actual channel message is happening right now, and I started to do the reading and didn't realize that the camera wasn't on, so I do have cards out here. But something is over. All week, the readings I've been talking about, people really feeling like they got something in the bag. Okay, these different rituals and everything, people really feel like they have it all planned out, mastered, and they're going. And that's not what's gonna happen. So I feel that a lot of you who are doing the work to ascend and to grow and evolve, it's so important right now that you really walk in that power and authority of who you are. So, you know, just some of my personal thoughts on the energy thus far is a lot of people, we've been in our shadow. But your shadow has become a shadow. It's almost like a lot of people are afraid of their shadow. And for us to coexist here with so many people who are dark, you're going to have to sacrifice an old version of yourself. These people in your life who we consider to be karmic or whatever, those people are a reflection of the type of people that you attracted when you were of a lower frequency. When you lack consciousness and awareness. So when you think about growing, nothing is ever about other people. These other people are just like props. They're tools for you to ascend. So when you see certain people in your life, you have to see like, oh, I no longer resonate with that energy. So you can't be afraid to let people go. But this is more important. It's about you releasing a version of yourself fully. We still have this eclipse energy that's happening, Mercury retrograde. There's so much happening also with Venus being here like in Taurus season. There's just a lot happening, and there's a clearing that must take place. A lot of you have this very, very powerful energy within yourself. And unfortunately, a lot of people have been feeding off of you. They've been feasting off of you because they are experiencing like a spiritual famine. These people have sold their souls. You know, it doesn't matter job title, how much money they have. None of that matters. These people, they're soulless beings. Many of you, even when you were children or at a young age or, you know, a certain relationship in the past, people, they saw this high vibing energy. They saw like this God-like energy that dwells within you. And they decided to feast off of you. So somebody sent it was a picture earlier, but I happened to see this image and I'm gonna share it here. Now, if you look at this picture, it's a random thing and it looks like it's a parade or something. But what I see this as, I think about, it's almost like an angel. To me, this looks almost like an angel. Okay. And the color red signifies power and so many other things, but also like root chakra. Some of you have been carrying like trauma from your ancestors and your family. But if you notice, a lot of these people here, you have people that are looking down, some people that are looking at it, but you see people with their hands extended. Some of you carry like God truly dwells within you. I'm not saying that you yourself, you're God, but being a faithful, humble servant of God, people to touch you, it is to heal them. Okay. To touch you brings abundance, healing, protection. So a lot of people have been touching you on your path, on your journey, and they've never detached. And if you go back to some of my readings the last few weeks, I've been talking about like the Achilles heel. Many of us, especially as light workers, our Achilles heel is love. People have tried to destroy us, and because of love and light, we've never done anything to fight back. It's just always, well, you know, justice, where what Judgment Day is here and justice is being heard. But at this point, even as an earth angel, you can also be activated as an avenger angel. And I've been saying it's you versus them. For you to be here to protect, to serve, or whatever you want to do, whatever God wants you to do, certain people, they can no longer exist in your energy. I'm not here saying that everybody's just gonna fall dead, and no, I'm not. but energetically there must be a death. They can no longer feed off of your energy because you need all of your energy for yourself. This is friends, family members, lovers, you know, there are these cords of attachment that have been formed, and because these individuals, they really can't survive without you. Now something is happening with this eclipse energy where it's like you can see, like in that photo I showed, like their hands, it's getting further. That big body in the middle of the crowd, which is symbolic to who you are as an earth angel, chosen one, that holds this divine power, is moving away. It's in motion. You're moving away. This is the year of the number 7, 2023, the Chariot. You're moving away from your South Node. You're moving away from these people who have had a hold on you. And there's a big ritual right now that is going on, and I've been mentioning it because it's very important. You have these satanic rituals that are happening right now where people literally, they think they're going to feed you to save. They think they're really going to sacrifice. They've been sacrificing you energetically. When people think of sacrifices, they always think like, oh, someone is losing their life. They're trying to think your spiritual like essence, your energy. These people are making sure that for however long they're able to have whatever fame, fortune, protection, good luck, and blessings that's supposed to be yours. They're starting a new cycle where they're going to feed off of you. But something is happening. So I'm just going to get into the cards here. Hold on, let me see. The very first card that came out was the Empress. And I know it was nothing but the enemy doing this while the camera wasn't on. Then that only happens every now and then. There's a very, very serious message because the enemy doesn't want it to get out. But next to the Empress here is this Strength card. Somebody here I feel is, they're running out of time. Because look at this. Somebody here, they can't even hold on to this blessing or this energy or whatever that they are after that is already dwelling inside of this divine feminine or masculine. They can't hold this energy, okay? I feel like you guys are calling justice on a situation, okay? I feel like you are, for sure, like I said, you're activating the shadow aspect of yourself that a lot of people think to run away from. When I say activating your, what I mean is there is a darker side to everyone. And when you begin to really spiritually protect yourself, you have to be able to get down with the best. Everybody that you is not coming at you with love and light. It's time to know you have to draw your soul point. Actually assume the position and be and ready to fight. Angel. So this temper is falling underneath the Empress, for sure. Someone here who is a divine feminine or masculine, a true earth. This beast though that keeps coming after you wants this light. It wants this purity of you. Somebody feels like you're very, very pure and they want this. They need this energy to take it. Take it to feed this beast that keeps on trying to attack you. But see, justice is being served right now. Somebody here took action against you and they got caught. The Devil card, they got caught. Why? Because this is your number 7. You're in your Chariot. You're moving forward. You're already in this energy of the divine feminine or masculine. The cycle has closed. Somebody here just ran out of time. And I feel like this is happening in real time. For somebody, this is happening in real time. Like the gate has closed on whoever this is that keeps trying to steal this energy. And I'll be honest with you. Somebody here has watched you. They've studied you. They got whatever they wanted. They got some of it. They got some of it. And they thought that they were going to be able to follow through with the plan. But right when they thought that they had gotten everything that they wanted from you, whatever this energy or this blessing, it fell right back into your lap. Somebody has watched you, hacked you, spied on you, studied you a lot to try and figure out the best time, the best way to go against. All of these plans failed. Okay, because you decided to pull your sword out to make sure that this demon, this entity or whatever was not able to hurt you, to harm you, or to steal from you. 10:10 on the clock. So whoever this person is, you see this King of Wands here. It could be any sign, but this is someone here who, obviously the King of Wands takes action. This person took action to go against you. They took action, no doubt. And they're experiencing a real blowback now because look here. The judgment card. What this person is becoming privy to is the fact that you are not in the dark. The hermit is in the reverse. You know exactly who you are, and therefore, because you just woke up right on time, it's killing this whole energy. It just shut everything down. You can go on my community post and read it. It's like this person thought that you would pray for the devil. They were going to sacrifice you up so that they could have another, 3-year cycle, or for the rest of the year, that this year was going to be full of blessings. They were going to thrive off of your blessings. This person got in your energy, and I'm telling you, got in there. But it was like automatically there was an alarm, there was sound. It was like, hold on, wait a minute. Or somebody here, you just woke up and realized, wait, somebody's in my energy right now. And you cleared this out, or you need to. Because you can see it. Somebody here, they were already skating on real thin ice with whatever they had. And they've been trying to get whatever your blessing is. They've been trying to transport it on somewhere else. What this blessing is your energy. They were going to feed this energy to whatever it is that they've been using to attack you. Drain you of your energy. So they're going to use your energy to actually attack you. But somebody here, you woke up just in time. This could have been something that happened to you in your sleep, in the dream state. You could have just suddenly had to wake up. You could have been taking a nap. Somebody here has been trying to do something to you, possibly while you're sleeping, while you're resting. They're extracting information and energy out of you. And they thought like, oh yeah, they got it. Whoever this is, the trumpet just blew. Spirit was like, wait a minute, what did you think you was doing? Or you received a down. I feel like whoever I'm talking to, you received a download of some sort. And look at this. You have to wake up and remember who you are. Like, wait a minute. I'm a child of God. And some of you there's some type of God, goddess, or galactic being. It's something else that is within you. That these people, they know that you have access to something in the spirit. I don't know what it is. I don't want to even get into it because I really don't want to even. I see it, but I don't want to speak on it because so many people, they're watching these readings to gather more information. But you know what it is. They knew about it too. And they kept trying to steal it. So here you are now. You're releasing a lot of baggage. You're liberating yourself. And as soon as you did that, this person, they received a blowback. And then look, whatever this plan, the plot, the strategy, the scheme, the scam is, it just like blew away. Because somebody here, look, they're like, wow. Right when they was about to take it. Because you know what I'm getting here? It's like communion. When people say, they eat the body of Christ, drink the blood of Christ, like communion. Somebody here, it was a ritual. And everybody was right about to feed off of your energy. Like, yes, we got it. Just like in that picture I just showed you, they're like, yes, we got this body, we got this sacrifice. Now everybody drinking, and then boom, all of a sudden everybody goes to pour up to drink and to feed off of your body as if you're God himself. And all of a sudden everything, it was destroyed because you have your own cup. I cannot make this up. And I know for a sure fact, like, the enemy doesn't want this because the camera was not on. You're right back on path. Somebody threw you off for just a second, I feel. They thought that they had this in the bag, but no. It's right here in the cards. Somebody here woke up. I almost feel like somebody here was in some kind of trance or under a spell, or this hermit to me is like somebody here was in a spell, under a trance or an illusion, and boom, you just woke up and you was like, wait a minute, is somebody trying to take me out? For some of you, it's that serious, but for some of you, it's just somebody they were trying to get your energy. And I do feel like that they were able to get it in the cup, but nobody was able to drink. They were able to get it, to get access to it, but that's it. Everybody is like, wait a minute, where is it? It's like as soon as it got in the cup and they was all about support, they're like, oh man. What they're actually about to drink is a lot of poison. Because see, now that you are awakened and they're tapping into your energy, they're actually going to drink your shadow. They're not drinking their pureness. They're going to drink your shadow. So they're going to drink all of the death, disease, and the destruction that they thought they were going to send to you and take your energy to heal in their life. They're going to drink their own poison. Because these people have been polluting you. They've been pouring their karma, their sins, and everything else onto you. They wanted you to take in all of their sins and iniquities. They're gonna swallow all of that whole now. So what they're doing now is, with this ritual where they were supposed to dump all of their sins and iniquities and wrongdoing and bad karma on you, and then take your energy and your essence, you're going to get all your energy, your essence, and your power back, and they're going to drink everything that they ever tried to give to you. You see this? And this right here, this could be different men. This is some secret society or cult or group of men. They were all waiting to feed off of this divine feminine. They were all waiting. Like, man, yeah, we got her. It's time to go. No, it's not. This is a whole angel. You thought you was going to rape an angel and take this person's essence? They've done it to you before. Oh, trust me, I know. They've done it to you before. But see, not this time. They needed your energy because they wanted to be this. They wanted to walk in your light and in your energy and your essence, but they don't have it. They're a soulless being. So they were going to take the purity from you. Knock you down, drag you out. They didn't care what they had to do. But you got saved by the bell because the time just ran out. It's a bunch of people standing around in a ritual right now, and I'm telling you, they don't have no bread, no butter, no wine. They don't have anything. And this is for sure. This is some kind of blood sacrifice or ritual. These people, I'm getting seriously. They're drinking blood. This is a blood sacrifice. Just like people talk about, the sacrifice of Jesus. These people, literally, it's a ritual. They were sacrificing somebody. They were sacrificing a divine feminine. They had your energy, and boom, everybody was about to drink. They got shut down real quick. Because, see, you woke up and realized who you are. And remember that with this cup, you have so much that you have to pour into so many people. It's your divine right and purpose. Somebody is coming towards you with an offer. They didn't want whoever this is to come towards you with this offer because it's someone who is in the upright, the temperance, and the lovers. They did not want this divine counterpart to come towards you. They were trying to sacrifice you before this person made their way to you because they wanted to use all of your energy for themselves. For a lot of you, you have somebody who is very high ranking coming to you. So what they were going to do was sacrifice you. Because obviously if they sacrifice you and they get their energy, it's going to make them a vibrational match for a very high ranking, wealthy, person. So they wanted to make sure pretty much that, like I said, whatever is supposed to be part of your destiny, they were going to take part in it. Literally, they were going to all divvy your energy up amongst one another. Okay, I'm going to get a house off that person's energy. Yeah, I'm going to get a new car. Man, I'm going to finally go, and get the baddest woman I can find, or man, everything that's supposed to be yours. I'm telling you, this is a blood sacrifice. And I told you guys, I know some of y'all don't like what I say. You didn't believe me. April 19th was the beginning of a 13-day sacrificial ritual. The Satanists, they know about it. And somebody here in the collective, you were absolutely a sacrifice. This is a blood sacrifice ritual that is being done. These people are draining your sacral energy. Heart chakra, sacral chakra, they are taking everything. You could be feeling very tired, overwhelmed, can't hardly see. It's because these people, I'm telling you, they're doing backflips in your energy right now. And they honestly thought that they were going to stop you from getting this offer. It's something about it. If you receive unconditional love from someone, it's going to make you vibrate so high, and it's going to make it impossible for them to attack you. That is the reason why your love life has been under such an attack. As long as they can keep you feeling like you're going to be single and you're going to die alone, it's easier for them to attack you. Because they're going to make you feel rejected and abandoned and wounded all the time. They don't want anybody to come in and just really love you and adore you. But that's what's coming here. Baby, I'm telling you, this sacrifice here is, somebody is in a lot of trouble. Look, they were walking in your energy. This was an illusion. These people had you looking at yourself in the mirror thinking you was crazy. The Tower. Now everybody is up. They're like, wait a minute. Y'all, something backfired. Something is wrong. Because look at this. Uh-oh, this person, they can see us. Uh-oh, what are we going to do now? See, whoever they had up there on the sacrifice, the person ain't on the... Typically, the hangman is upside down. There is no sacrifice up there. These people had you on an... They had you, whatever they do. Now they sit there and they look like, oh, damn. She can see us? He can see us? There's nothing up there to sacrifice. Now they trying to reverse it. You can't reverse it now. Nothing is there. It's like, where's the body? Literally, it's like Jesus. Where is the body? Where is the energy? We had it here. Where is it? So what are they drinking now? It ain't your energy. This is nothing but poison that they're digesting. That's it. Cause look, somebody, they're looking like, wait a minute. Oh my gosh, y'all. It's like somebody was literally sitting back thinking, when the clock strikes 12, we're gonna be divine. They're looking at the clock now and they're like, okay, listen. Okay, maybe give it another day. Maybe it's gonna happen tomorrow. No, it's not happening. You see these people, you were able to wake up and pinpoint exactly. These people have been eclipsed out of your energy. And here you are walking into a brand new beginning where you will have exactly what is for you. These people, they got too close. And that's when Archangel Michael stepped in and was like, what are you doing? Now everybody's running. Everybody running scared now. Because I'm telling you, whatever they drank, whatever this is, it's going to backfire. You're talking about stealing somebody's life force energy. So if you can't follow through with this, there's nothing there. You can only imagine what's going to happen to these people. Look, because look at that. The beast can't go nowhere. This entity is starving because it could not get you. So what you think it's going to do now? If everybody is in a room with an entity that they all came in there to feed and they can't feed it, oh, that entity is about to eat up everybody in there. Everybody in this ritual is about to get their asses handed to them. And I said what I said. Look at this at the bottom of the deck, the Emperor in the reverse. Some distorted masculine somewhere who... This coward. This masculine was already scared of what they were doing, but they followed through with it anyway. You see him holding on to this pentacle. He's like, well, I don't really know if I should invest in this, but I'm going to do it anyway. He did it anyway. This person was warned. This could be someone you considered in the past, your twin flame, whatever. This person was warned to stay out of your energy. But for whatever this is, this blessing that you're receiving in this next cycle, they wanted it so bad. So they decided to, once again, in the dark, doing things with to try this. I'm hearing third time's a charm. This person, they've done this to, you know what? I have a reading. It was probably last year where I said a karmic has possibly tried to take you out at least 3 times. This person has probably participated in this ritual at least twice, and this was probably their 3rd attempt. It didn't work. It did not work. It didn't work. Whoever this is, this is bad. King of Wands. Page of Wands. Yeah. Somebody here was, very flamboyant. They took action. They just knew that with this magic, they was going to get what they wanted. They were going to wake up tomorrow and be a king or queen or a god or goddess. That they was going to, drink your energy up. No, that's not what happened. But for some reason, this King of Wands, for some of you, this is someone, for some of you now, who was actually on your side. Somebody saw all of this happening. This King of Wands is a King of Wands in the upright. There's somebody else who took action who shouldn't have, but somebody here knew all this was happening. This person's coming towards you to make an offer. This could be your actual divine masculine for some of you. This person here, this Page of Wands, this isn't this person being immature. This person, I'm getting this Emperor is quick on their feet. I'm hearing bone crusher, never scared. This person's like a bone crusher. They're not scared to defend you. Yeah, they'll go all out and defend you. The Hierophant, this person is very close to God, and they've seen that you were facing some type of unfair judgment. This person has stepped in and called, like, on their own spiritual team to assist you because they know that you're here to heal. This person could be someone that I just heard in that song, "Wait for You, you prayed for my demons, so I got you." Somebody that you've prayed for, that you've helped, they've stepped in to assist you with this attack. Yeah, because see, somebody here, they know how to activate their darker side as a high priest. That's what I'm saying at the beginning. Look, the Tower and the Death. Even as an earth angel, you can be an avenger. You can be an avenging angel. It ain't always sugary and sweet. Somebody here is saying, if you try to take out this divine feminine or this divine masculine, I'm going to show you dark. I'm going to get right on your level with you. And I'm going to do whatever it means I have to do to take you out, because you're not taking this person out. Some of you, this is like an actual divine counterpart of yours. It could be a passed on loved one, an ancestor. Take it however resonates. But there's a masculine energy here that is stepping in saying, I'm not a dark person. I just keep hearing now, like I'm hearing Drake, that song "Spin About You." This person like, I'm coming at my body. Mm-hmm. For you, like, you're not about to take this divine, you're not getting away with this. I'm going to destroy you. This is a person that you love, or you will love in the future. This person here, and it's interesting because the reading I did earlier, I was talking about an earth angel and a spirit guide coming together in a divine union. This is a yin and yang energy. You and somebody are like partners in the spirit. You protect one another. So you may be the person where, like, you don't do anything dark. This person is like, well, when darkness comes up against you, when a beast comes against you, I know how to fight. I can tame this beast. This is giving me that very much, okay, honey, you stay at home, but your masculine, they go out in the field and they get things done. In the spirit. You may be the one to pray. They're like, okay, well, you pray, honey. I'll see you when I get back home. They come back. They get back home and people gone. Mm-hmm. The demons are gone. Like, this person does not play around in the spirit realm. Either you or this other person that you are spiritually and energetically connected to, that's for your greatest and highest good. The two of you don't play around in the spirit about each other at all. You got the high priestess here and the devil. To me, it's not dark though. It's like whoever this person is, like I said, this person knows how to activate like the demon within themselves. They're not a bad person, but it's like, if you want me to destroy you, I will. This is somebody who has knowledge about things in the underworld. And I'm hearing I'm tired of them attacking her. I'm tired of them and this is a woman. I'm tired of them attacking her. And I'm here. I'm a made man, so I gotta protect this person. They're high ranking in the spirit already. So it's like if you're gonna attack this divine feminine, like off with your head. I'm not playing with you. This person doesn't say. This is. I'm hearing a man of very few words. They don't say much, but who they are in the spirit, they're undefeated. You don't want to deal. You don't want to have a face off with this person. So these people that's a part of this group, this little secret society or whatever, that's been constantly attacking, and trying to sacrifice this divine feminine, they had no idea about the dark side of this masculine. I would, if this masculine ever a part of a group. I don't know, but he may not have been a part of this group, but he knew what was happening. This person has some kind of knowledge. Like this could have been something that happened to you in a past life. Because I'm hearing somebody say, I already know how the story goes. So it's like you could have crossed paths with somebody. They're in your life or they're about to enter your life. They already knew that part of your story was for you to be sacrificed. This person actually... Wow. Okay. In a past life, this person couldn't save you. Wow. This person feels like they owe you. Because in a past life, I'm hearing somebody say, I didn't get there in time the last time. I'm hearing this person, I didn't get there in time the last time. So in a past life, when you were on the chopping block, or maybe if even not a past life, and the last time somebody did this ritual, this person, either they didn't say something, or they didn't know something, or they didn't get there in time. This person now is saying, they're going to make sure that they don't sacrifice you. Somebody stood in the gap for you. This person came completely out of their body for you. This person literally went toe to toe with the devil about you, because this person knew that the last time this happened, or in a past life, they didn't protect you. Either they couldn't, or they wouldn't, or whatever. I feel like this person at some point, they were in this group. Maybe it was in a past life they was in this group. In this lifetime, they decided that they were choosing the light. But see, when you choose to be in the light, if you've ever been in the past life, obviously you're paying back karmic debts. As part of this person's karmic debt, for them to pay it off, they have to protect you. This kind of goes with the reading I did earlier. In order for this person to be free, they have to protect you, because you're gonna free them. I don't, this person, they have some kind of divine mission and purpose too. But it's just like the reading that I posted earlier. The two of you unlock something within each other. They can't get to their, fully into their divine purpose, or it's like this person needs to be broken out of some kind of spell or curse. It's like I'm seeing Beauty and the Beast. Without you, without your love, they can't be like totally in their